The distinguished U.S.-Japan bond, forged through trust, respect, and shared opportunity, has evolved into an economic alliance respected around the world. In recent decades, Japanese firms have increased investments across the United States, cementing Japan's role as a top foreign investor in the U.S. economy. The cross-border relationship extends well beyond capital flows, shaping local communities, competitiveness, and innovation nationwide. Through its unwavering commitment, Japan has held the #1 position in U.S. foreign direct investment the last 7 years, with its investment total reaching a record $819.2 billion and rising, ahead of Canada, Germany, and the United Kingdom. In turn, the U.S. has embraced Japan's direct investment, which spurs economic growth, creates high-value jobs, ignites innovation, and strengthens exports. In a display of mutual collaboration, many high-profile American government officials at both the state and local levels, as well as business executives, have journeyed to Japan to deepen connections and expand partnerships with Japanese companies.
Japan remains the #1 source of foreign direct investment in North Carolina. They've long occupied that position, depending on the way that you count them, but we say about 240, 250 Japanese companies. But either way, regardless of the number of companies, every day we know that there's more than 33,000 North Carolinian residents who get up and go to work for a company whose ultimate parentage is in Japan. That makes them the largest source of foreign direct investment by employment, and it underscores the long-standing, vital relationship that North Carolina has with Japan.
中長期的な投資をですね、かなりしていってですね、短期的な投資よりね、企業をやっぱ安定させるということは私は大重要だと思ってましてね、ここを重要しているんですね。ここの人たちに教育してですね、中長期的な観点でですね、高い目標を持ってやるということをですね、ずっと言い続けてましてね。
Japan's U.S. investment has become a catalyst for sustainable job creation, with Japanese companies employing over 1 million Americans across multiple industry sectors, including over 500,000 jobs in manufacturing alone. When viewed state by state, Japan stands among the top 3 foreign countries by business presence in 49 states and ranks #1 in 40 states.
Daikin has been a big investor in our community. They acquired a very well-known Houston air conditioning manufacturing firm, Goodman, and they have built, I think it's over 4 million square feet of manufacturing and logistics space and employ, I think, around 7,000 people here.
Japan is the #1 foreign investor in the U.S. manufacturing sector for the last 19 consecutive years. 574,500 Americans are employed by U.S.-based Japanese manufacturers. This record level makes up nearly 20% of all U.S. manufacturing jobs from foreign investor countries. Japan's manufacturing employment spans the U.S., claiming the #1 foreign manufacturing employer in 21 states, while ranking among the top 3 in 38. Labor is tight across sectors of the economy, but Japanese companies have prioritized talent, upskilling, and continuous human development, which turns mere jobs into long-term careers.
Today makes 12 years I've been working for Daikin, so it's a very long time.
We've worked with local two-year colleges or community colleges, as well as Purdue University on a four-year college basis. We've helped to develop curriculum at both of those styles of institutions that is better aligned with what our needs are, especially on the technical front. By establishing a really close bond with those organizations, we've been able to say, here's what a proficient engineer or technician will bring to the workplace every day.
I have had the opportunity to engage in Purdue to do a master's degree, and that has been through SIA. The training area that we have over here, I feel that that is something that you cannot find like in many companies.
SIA supported my learning and development through helping me get involved in programs, whether it's community outreach or developmental programs. They've been very supportive.
I would say for me, the overall investment that the organization has put into my career, and I started right after high school. The company supported me through my education and then gave me countless opportunities to get where I am today.
that Daikin is one of the foundational principles is people-centered management. And so I truly believe that people are our greatest resource. They're the differentiator between us and the competition, and the investment that Daikin makes into their people with training.
Japan's U.S. expansion tells a broader and more enriching story, one defined not only by investment in jobs, but by an undeniable presence in the communities in which its companies serve.
ウォーラー高校って高校はありましてですね、ここの生徒ですね、毎年5人ですね、日本にですね、ホームステイプログラムというのがありまして、5人をですね、先生と一緒に連れて行ってですね、ホームステイをする。そのプログラムをですね、2017年からずっとやってましてね、この人たちがですね、大学を行ってですね、こっちに就職する人もいますしね、地元の小学校ですね、工場見学もしますし、絵画コンクールもしましてですね、ここで表彰したり地域との交流をやってますね。
They've been a very growing part of our community. They have introduced themselves in a very profound way. The Houston Astros are a beloved franchise in our city, and now they play at Daikin Park. So everybody now knows who Daikin is.
We are indirectly supporting the local economy because we have skilled and talented people that have been able to develop their fundamental skills, those disciplines, the rigor that is required in a Japanese business, and take that and then apply it.
Japanese investment in U.S. R&D remains a powerful driver of innovation and productivity. Japan's capital deployed in U.S. R&D has risen over $13 billion, leading all other foreign investor countries nationwide.
When Fujifilm came here, and then what's happened since that time is, I think Holly Springs, where we are right now, has to be the fastest growing biopharma hub in the United States, because we have seen the other companies that have come after Fujifilm.
The other thing that they've been important participants in is the whole conversation around energy. So when people talk about energy policy, they generally focus on the supply side. They focus on, how are we going to get enough energy? What form will that energy take? What are we going to do about emissions? What are we going to do about growth in energy demand and things like that? But the demand side is extremely important. We really wanted to have somebody who could speak to that part of the equation. How do we get usage down, or how do we make usage more efficient? And Daikin is an important voice now in the whole discussion around the energy transition in Houston.
Japan's economic commitment in America also extends into trade, where it stands as the top foreign contributor to U.S. merchandise exports. In 2023, Japanese companies accounted for nearly $93 billion in U.S. merchandise exports, representing 4.6% of all U.S. merchandise exports and 21% from foreign-owned firms, the highest among all investor countries. Japan's direct investment has left an indelible imprint on the U.S. economy, visible both at a national level and in the regional economies where Japanese firms operate.
It gives us that validation to say this global leader is confident enough in North Carolina that they're betting a big part of their future to the tune of billions of dollars on this community, in this region, in this state. It's a great message for other Japanese companies thinking about where in the United States they want to go.
When you think about the impact of 6,500 employees, when it comes to the wages that go out into the community, the buying power that creates, those dollars roll over in the community from the employees. SI is the largest private employer. And so those taxes, police officers, firefighters, teachers, they help pay for trash pickup and keeping the street lights on.
Our economic impact is quite significant. So when we are at full capacity, we're estimating something about $4.7 billion of economic impact from our workforce in the area. We want to continue to grow with the local area and continue to increase our partnership and look for ways to ensure that as some of us end up retiring one day, that this facility still stands and it's a legacy that we've built that other generations can then take the lead and continue to make it part of the ecosystem here. Because I believe what Fujifilm Biotechnologies is bringing to the world, but also this local area, is something that's unprecedented.
Japan's business presence in the U.S. economy is substantial. With more capital invested than any other foreign nation, Japanese companies support over 500,000 U.S. manufacturing jobs, sustain robust R&D investment, and remain a leading force in U.S. merchandise exports. Japan has clearly established itself as the leading foreign direct investor in the United States. The benefit of Japanese direct investment is a wide reflection of partnerships with state and local governments, alongside their economic development agencies. This video was provided by JETRO, the Japan External Trade Organization, Japan's official trade and investment agency. JETRO works to strengthen U.S.-Japan economic ties, taking a grassroots approach by engaging with state and local government leaders to explore new avenues for collaboration and supporting bilateral initiatives. For more information, please contact your nearest JETRO office. We hope this video offers valuable insight into the trend shaping the U.S.-Japan economic dynamic. JETRO would like to extend its gratitude to the companies and organizations that participated in this video.